Hey, it's Lucas. I'm going to show you the South Bend lathe. It's a 13-inch lathe. I'm not certain of the vintage. I could go online and find out what the what the serial number will tell us, but I'm thinking it's around late 70s, maybe up to mid 80s. I think they made them up through about 80, 89 maybe. Anyway, it's really it's incredible shape. It was used at the University of Minnesota here, and it had been used in a shop that made artificial limbs, oddly enough. So it's running right now, and if I get the power out here, yeah, I think so. Anyway, it's a really nice machine. It's had very little use, which is amazing. It's running right now. The VFD is running it. It's running at 220. It's CL8145C, and that means it's got a large through hole through the spindle bore. It's got a 6-foot bed, which is neat. 6-foot bed, but really the distance between centers on it's around 44 inches, something like that. Between the outboard end of the spindle and the headstock side of the spindle, it's about 21 inches. And I know that's important for gunsmiths. They like a shorter spindle. The spindle through hole, I know it's a larger one. I don't know if I mentioned it's 1 3/8 diameter. Another cool thing on this lathe is it's got a D1, so it's the cam lock spindle. And we're going to shut it off here. We'll take a look at that. So the D1-3 actually uses these, well, I don't think we're going to be able to see that unless I bring this in a little bit. It uses these, yeah, there we go. It uses, these are actually a cam that is ground internally to catch 3 posts that stick out of the back of the chucks. This happens to be a 3-jaw chuck, and now you can see what kind of condition that's in. It's immaculate. It's really in good shape. This lathe is really well equipped, and in fact, one could buy the lathe at one price, but adding all the things on it, like the digital readout and the VFD. It's got a taper attachment, which is awesome. It's got both steady rest, the steady and the follow rest. It's got a 5-seat collet set. It's by 16ths. It's got a collet rack, which you can see here, right there. Really nice quick change gearbox, which is the 48 threads, and it goes from 4 threads per inch to 224. That's pretty awesome. It's got a quick change tool post. It's not a U.S. made, but it's a Chinese made wedge type one that fits this very well. I don't know if I mentioned it's got a hardened bed, which is unusual. It's got English and metric dials here on both the cross slide and the compound, and I believe it's an aftermarket type of dial. But boy, they work great. They're really nice and smooth, and they are geared. So actually, every revolution counts up correctly, both in the English and the metric dimensions. So that's really nice. The tailstock barrel is graduated in English and metric as well. A lot of times you'll see a graduated collar right here. This one doesn't have that, but it's got a very nicely graduated barrel, and it's got a Morse taper knockout in the barrel. It's got a lever clutch, which is nice on the apron, and everything is working great. The lead screw looks good on it. It's got a threading dial. It's got back gear, of course, and it's a 2-horsepower motor. The motor is a 2-horse. Oh, it's got a complete set of metric change gears. I couldn't believe it. They were still in the Cosmoline, and I cleaned them up. Just wanted to make sure all the teeth were good. Everything looks perfect. I can't find any issues with any gears on this lathe. Back here looks perfect. The spindle bore is just immaculate. It's amazing. The tailstock, the socket for the Morse taper 3 is just perfect. So everything looks great on it. The change gears, it's a complete set, so it's got a 127 tooth, 120 tooth, and then I think it's 8 extra gears and a spacer. So it'll cut the full complement of threads from 0.2 millimeters per thread to 6 millimeters per thread. I think there's 33 of them. So it shows on the chart on the back of the guard here. So anyway, that's. Oh, it's also got a micrometer carriage stop, which is a nice thing to have. So I mentioned the 4-jaw chuck that's here on the floor. It's just really beefy. Let's get that over there. It's got the collet drawbar in the back there. And then here's our table with some of the components on it. So here's the steady rest. And I don't believe the steady rest, if it was used once, I wouldn't be surprised. It wasn't used a lot. The fingers are just in great shape on it. There's hardly any wear on the fingers. And it's a nice telescoping steady rest, so it's just an awesome accessory. I knew what this was at one time. I can't recall anymore what this is used for. I know that they're pretty valuable. I'm throwing that in, of course, with it. It's got a Cushman tailstock chuck and key, and boy, it's just so smooth. Just a really nice chuck. It's in great shape again. I'll just close up the jaws here. I mean, you can see that the jaws just meet up like with almost no opening between them. The quick change tool post has the full complement of 5 holders. There's a boring bar, a knurling tool, a cutoff tool, and then a facing and a turning type of holder. It's got this one lathe dog. That's the only one that came with it. It's a nice size. It's a good size for this machine. It's got 3 wrenches of for the chucks. This one is for the 4-jaw. This is for the 3-jaw, and then this one is for the D1- cams. It's got a 1/2-inch wrench that's good for the taper attachment, and for the for some of the other parts of the lathe, like the lantern tool post. It's got the original lantern tool post and 2 of the. It's got a left and a right holder. I don't have a center holder or a straight holder. It's got a knurling tool, and the only ding I can find really on the whole lathe is right here on the knurling tool, and it won't affect the function of the knurling tool. Everything works fine on it, but it does have a couple little dings on it. Down below here we've got the original, actually we're going to talk about the change gears first. So here's the metric transposing gears. So this is a compound gear with 127 tooth and 120 tooth on it. There's also, I can go over how many of them there are, but there's a 64 tooth, 48 tooth, 44, 40, 36, 32, 28, and 26 tooth gear, and a spacer. And they're all in here. These were all covered in Cosmoline when I got the lathe. It has, as I mentioned, has a follow rest. This one I don't believe has ever been used. The teeth or the studs on it look just perfect. It's a little stiff. Here's the original South Bend micrometer tailstock, or stop, I should say, micrometer carriage stop. And that again, I don't think that's ever been used. It's in the original box, micrometer stop. And it's got the original instruction manual and parts list. Actually, I think it's just mostly a parts list. So that's the accessories. I'll show the taper attachment, or I'll try to show that next, because that's also in phenomenal condition. So the taper attachment. Now we've got all the brackets on here for the digital readout. Position readout, but here's the taper attachment. One loosens these 2 bolts here, and then the angle of the taper attachment can be easily adjusted. You can see how free it is. It's just Really nice and easy to set, easy to lock back up again. Just about a quarter of a turn. Same with the tailstock, I might add. The tailstock locking mechanism, it only requires a turn like that to tighten it, and then you're loose again. So it's really good. The ways have no, I can't discern any wear on them at all. They're just perfect. There's not a ding or a nick on them anywhere. There's a little staining here and there. There's a little bit of a stain right by my finger. So other than that, the thing is in just great shape. I'm gonna stop this section of the recording now, and we'll fire it up and cut this. It's a piece of stainless right here. We'll take a look at that. It's amazing what kind of finish we're gonna get. So there we go. That's the lathe in operation. It's taken off about I'd say about a 1/16 of an inch in radius, so about an 1/8 of an inch in diameter right there. And it's just going to town. We're going to stop it in a moment, take a look at the finish, but basically we've cut from here to there. And we're talking just, well, it looks like a ground surface. I mean, it's that good. And just to prove the fact that is a piece of 316, I'm gonna pop it out of the truck. The manufacturer's mark is still in the back. So right there. Let's see if we can see that. 316 alloy stainless steel. Anyway, that's the way it cuts that, and like I said, that's the finish on it. In the chip tray, we've got a little wear on the paint. Nothing too surprising. There's some wear on different components of the headstock. There was some chipping of the paint on some of the panels, but that's been stabilized. I didn't really want to paint it. The paint was in such great shape. Let's talk about some of the other accessories here in the collet rack. So we've got a nice complement of accessories here, including this is a here we've got a live center, and it's just nice and free. We've got the this is the it's a nose protector essentially for when one is using the 5C collet adapter. The 5C collet adapter will fit in here like so. There are some access points where you can pry this out, or you can pop it out with a knockout bar. Then you can also pop this off of the chuck. There's a couple little access points here where you can get a screwdriver behind it to push it off. So that's those three components. Here we've got a Morse taper. This is the South Bend proprietary spindle taper. It's like a Morse 4.5, something like that. It's a Morse taper 3 here. So that's ready to go there. Here's a dead center in the adapter. There's 2 dead centers, 1 live center, and then all the 5C collets from 1/16 up to 1 1/16. Everything is there, so that's good. The collet rack. Oh, I forgot to mention. I actually have the holder for the drawbar. That's going to come with the lathe. So anyway, that's the South Bend lathe in operation and otherwise. And boy, I think whoever gets it's gonna just have a fantastic machine. All right, hey, this is Lucas with another fantastic piece of equipment. Signing off.